Well, good morning, Dad.
Good morning, son.
Good morning, Mom.
Hi, Willie.
And good morning, YouTubers. Today, Will, that's me, WildBill, is going to make, I'm going to make biscuits. Dad made them yesterday, and I'm going to make them today. I'm going to follow a different recipe and a different temperature. So let's see how this goes. The first thing is I'm going to bake at 425 degrees. What did we use yesterday, Dad? Do you know?
400.
It's 400. So the recipe, two recipes I saw said 425. Oh, is it recording?
Well, I can't tell.
Let's see. Yes, it has a little REC there in red. That means it's recording.
Okay. Go.
Is it recording? Good. All right, so YouTubers, the first thing is we're going to add 2 cups of flour to the bowl. And someone pointed out yesterday that this bowl is an antique. It is a Blockbuster video popcorn bowl. And you know, Blockbuster is no longer in the video business, the video rental business. But I got this bowl some time ago, and it's an excellent choice. Cut. This is a 1/4 cup of shortening. I'm using shortening instead of butter because we only have shortening. We have butter too, but I didn't freeze it and cut it. So there's some flour in there. I'm gonna clean this out as I learned from my father with flour. Clean out the cup. So the cup is, the 1/4 cup is nearly empty. And then start cutting in the flour with cutting the shortening into the flour. Cut.
To, as they say, about the size of peas or less than well distributed, so rake the flour around. Yes.
Okay.
And when you think it's...
Then what?
And then when you think that it's appropriate size, crumbs in there,
Yes. Then stop.
then stop and put the buttermilk in.
Okay. What point do I add the apron?
Excuse?
What point do I add the apron? Before this?
When you start.
All right. Cut. Here's 1/3 of a cup. Oh, so we have 1/3 of a cup of shortening. No, this is 1/3 of a cup. All right. That's 2/3 of 1/3 of a cup. That's about a 1/4. I use a fork now, as I recall, to mix this properly.
I'm focusing on the bowl.
Good. All right. So add using a fork, mix the buttermilk into the flour until it forms a batter that pulls away from the bowl. As this just about has. All right, cut. So I've sprinkled some flour onto the surface so that it will
And flour your hands.
and flour my hands. I'll do that too. And here's the dough. And I will try to pull the rest of this out a little bit later. Well floured hands. And now we turn the dough onto itself several times until what?
Not too much, that's about enough.
Okay. Now I get a rolling pin or flatten it out to about the size of 8 by 11 3/4 of an inch thick. About like that, would you say? Okay. Cut. To cut out some biscuits. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 biscuits. Now ready? Film this part. Now I'm going to place them on the pan, the baking pan. And now there's a little left over, so I'm going to, down here, Dad, focus down here. Roll this out, rolling it out as I do perfectly with my rolling pin.
10 rolling pins.
10 rolling pins. 1, 2, 2 more biscuits. And I'll put this together.
And that is now called the cat's head.
This is called the cat's
Head
head.
biscuit, yes.
Why do they call it that?
I don't know. No, don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. So
That's
one.
all right. Now you've got the cat's
Now I have the cat's head. It's too small to make one biscuit,
Yeah.
but we'll make one anyway. All right. Now we have 9 biscuits ready to roll. Cut.
And he only got a little bit of flour on the floor.
You know, you can really count on your dad to tattletale. I hope these biscuits turn out to be much better than his, so he'll be saying, well, but you got very little on the floor, so, or something. The front of my pants. I didn't wear an apron either. Any flour here?
It's hard to tell with the clothing you're wearing.
That's right, it is. This is the color of dust, or khaki as they call it in India. All right, the biscuits are ready to go in. The oven is at 425. Let's hit this baby and see what happens. 425 for 14 minutes. And we'll check. Okay, the timer is off. I've actually brushed the top with some buttermilk, and it looks like they browned up nicely. They look really pretty. But you know, that's not the test of buttermilk biscuits. So, here are the grilled cheese and the BLTs, minus the lettuce, because I eat it all. And Dad, how many biscuit sandwiches are left?
One.
Only one. Well, apparently the biscuits turned out well.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. Oh, and here's Sean and Margot and Eileen and Chuck and Mom and me, and we are having a mini family reunion again.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Yay!